Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Sri Banerjee, core faculty for the College of Health Sciences and Public Policy at Walden University. And in this segment, I'm going to be going over malaria, um, something that has a long history in the United States, but recently has not been here endemically. But a lot of these cases are coming from immigrants that might have been exposed to malaria. So take a look at the history, and there's some neat little maps that are in here. So basically, first of all, a picture speaks 1,000 words. The plasmodium parasite circulates among blood cells. So here's the blood cells, and then here's the plasmodium parasite. Um, how is malaria how is malaria categorized? And so obviously it's an infectious disease, but it's caused by parasites belonging to the Plasmodium genus and transmitted by infected mosquitoes. It's responsible for 40% of the world's mortality and morbidity. So this is a devastating sort of parasite to keep in mind. It's the most devastating disease in human history. The disease is thought to be responsible for between 2 to 5% of all fatalities that occurred during the 20th century. And that is a whopping 150 million to 300 million deaths. That is way more than what COVID 19, the deaths that came from there. It's still prevalent in the south of Sahara and in parts of Oceania, like Papua New Guinea. And prior to the 1880s, this disease was also endemic in areas that have no longer sustained transmission, including the United States. So the recent outbreaks are in Texas, a case locally acquired malaria. And that's dangerous because this leads to hotspots of areas that might have malaria. Maryland also has reported a locally acquired malaria case, and then 9 total cases between Florida, Texas, and Maryland. Um, but they show no evidence to suggest that the cases in the three states are related. So these are all multiple places. In terms of malaria transmission, very minimal in the United States. It's in blue. However, when we go to South America, there's some transmission that occurs all over. And then look at Africa. Africa transmission occurs throughout. So the history, 1500s to 1800s, people carried malaria from Africa. And then you can see in the 1850s, malaria taking place all throughout the United States. It spared parts of Georgia, Tennessee, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Kentucky, and a lot of these places did not have it. So prior to eradication, the spread of malaria that evolved to control it were tightly bound with conflict and war. So World War One, there was some things, and then the impact of COVID-19 had a terrible effect on malaria. Um, and so this has resulted in major morbidity and mortality. So that's about it. Here's the Anopheles mosquito, and there's the proboscis, where that's used to um, take blood out of the mosquito from the human being, and that's how this is transmitted. So that's about it for malaria and the history. We got to be careful about malaria in the United States. I hope this has made some sense. Thank you for listening.